with all that being said, you got a cosign from Do It All.
Yes.
Now, a cosign from an OG, especially a known one, goes a long way.
Right.
What does it mean to you to be recognized not only by your peers, but an OG in the game?
It means a lot, man. He's somebody that I've been wanting to work with since I really started doing shows and coming into the game like 09, 2010. And just one of my Jersey heroes, like, you know, my favorite album that he ever was a part of was Keepers of the Funk. I just love that album, and just to see him, especially around the time we did it was when he first started running for councilman. And I was just like, what's going on? Like, and it really expanded my mind because I'm like, yo, hip hop is growing up and hip hop is becoming something where he was like, yo, you know, a lot of these people that is running, they might be good, but this is somebody that represents a whole nother generation and a whole nother just mind state. So for me, that was really powerful. And even dudes that was running out in Patterson, like this dude Zelly that my homeboy Joe know, and people like that, like seeing people that I could identify with and actually know running for things, seeing Redman get behind it, that shit was like so fire to me. So all of this was going on around the same time, and he actually, you know, I knew him for so long. I met him probably, I don't know, man, years ago. I think when did I first meet Do It All? I remember I came to his studio, 211, and we just built for a while, and that was real big for me, and that was a few years back. So to finally have a record with him, it's kind of crazy too how it all came about, because my album was already in the mixing stages. That verse was open on the shit because I got a boy that was supposed to be on it that never did his verse. And I was waiting, and when I'm talking to Dude, he's telling me all this shit about him running for councilman. And then, you know, I'm telling him about my project, and we know each other for a little minute, so he was like, yo, let me know if you got like an open verse or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, this is destiny right here. Like, I've been wanting to work with Dude for so long. Here he is telling me to jump on my shit, and what are the odds that at this stage in the album I would even have an open verse? So it was crazy to me. We talking in DM, I'm just looking at my phone like, yo, you better jump on that. So, you know, I let him know what type of style I really wanted from him and how I wanted him to, how to go about it, and you know, the concept of the song, which really is just about, you know, being one of those Jersey heroes or world heroes. Like, what if your town was 5 flowers? Is basically a metaphor for, you know, what if there was like 5 motherfuckers left, but they wasn't even real? What happened if all the real motherfuckers was gone? And that's why it's even more important for me to jump on there as a younger MC and do my thing, and then have Do It All, who means so much to just hip hop and New Jersey hip hop. Like, so much, probably one of the, to me, the top 5 Jersey rappers. As far as when I think of Jersey, I think of him. So it meant a lot for me to have him jump on that joint, and I'm super proud of how it came out. Shout out to Sonny who sang on there, shout out to Valana, shout out to everybody involved. History from Brooklyn produced that beat right there.
All right, so hip hop has elevated itself to not only be a music genre and a corporate source of income, it's gotten political. When I think of the cause, I have to ask myself why.
Right.
So to answer the why, you must know the cause. So in getting to know you, here's my question. What is hip hop to you?
Hip hop is self-expression. It's basically being yourself and making it fresh. Like, hip hop is a lot of motherfuckers that people probably wouldn't have thought they was fresh until they got on the mic and they like, all right, you ain't got shit, you from the projects, you looking dusty and shit, but you the shit. You know, you might be a 5%er, you might have knowledge to get me on the mic. You might be somebody like KRS, you might want to teach me on the mic, but at the end of the day, you living in the shelter. You might be a woman that you feel like the world did you no good, so you come like Latifah on Unity. You feel me? Like, that's what I think about when I think of hip hop. Hip hop is taking who you are, making it fresh. And I could expand on it so much. There's so many things that come to my mind, but I feel like that would be the main one. Like, taking who you are and making it fresh so the whole world can feel it.
But hip hop is taking and making something from nothing.
Exactly.
And a lot of us in the country of America start out with nothing. And then hip hop becomes the voice of the inner city because the inner city needs to be heard. do you want to make sure the world hears when they hear your music?
Oh man, what do I want to make sure the world hears? I just want people to feel better about themselves. I want to raise people's self-esteem. I want to let people know that they could do anything. It don't matter where you from. It don't matter if you grew up with nothing. It don't matter what it is, what you're going through. You could do it. I just want to make people. I want to uplift people, and I just want to make people feel better. Even if it's just this song dope as hell. I got this shit on repeat. Not every song might be the most revolutionary song. Some shit might just be, this shit is fire, this shit is dope, I like listening to this. The next song might be something more that could be more conscious, where you like, yo, you know what? I never thought about this shit, man, but it's true. We all need to love each other, or whatever the case the message is on the song. So a lot of it comes down to like what on that particular song I'm trying to get across, but even just like on my selfish reasons, me being expressive, me getting out my, it's therapeutic, as people always say. So it's also just me giving out my life story for the people that's out there that, as artists too, sometimes, as fans, sometimes you listening to motherfuckers that you want to be like growing up. Like we coming up without a lot of people without fathers, so you listening to these rappers, like Tupac has a famous interview like that where he was like, my daddy was LL, my daddy was Kane. That's how I grew up feeling. Shout out to my pops too, but that's how a lot of us grow up feeling. Even if we know our pops, we might be cool with them, but a lot of the family structure not in place. So we grew up, especially as young men, idolizing these rappers and shit like that. So I feel like it's important what we telling people and the message that we put out there.
That's dope, because that shows growth and intellectual development.
Word.
Because I'm not gonna lie, my hero growing up was Chuck D.
Dope.
And Ice Cube.
Dope.
No matter what hip hop came out, Chuck D and Ice Cube will always be in my top 5 forever.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a responsibility. Nina Simone said there's a responsibility for the artist to reflect the times in which they live in.
Definitely.
Yet it was written in a proverb that says, you know the story of a people by the music that they make. So if you make music that's nothing but violent and sex driven, people gonna think you're a beast.
Right.
If you make music that's holy and synonymous to love, people will think you're godly. If you make music that reflects a wild lifestyle, people will think you're animals, you're beasts. So by saying that you want to make music that uplifts people, and reflects positivity, that means as an MC, you are ahead of the curve, because while most people want to turn up and be rock stars or whatever, or be drug induced, you are somebody that actually wants to build the next foundation of hip hop and take it to the next level.
No doubt.
So as an artist that participates in hip hop, what is going to take hip hop to the next level? Since the internet has successfully killed the hip hop.
I think what's going to take hip hop to the next level, it's already there financially. As far as artistically, we just need more motherfuckers that give a fuck.
Okay.
To be real with you, like, because there's a lot of people that have a good time and make their music or whatever. And I'm somebody, like I said, I believe anybody that wants to be an artist, however they choose to do it, they have a right to do it. When it comes to hip hop as a culture, what it means to me, we just need more people that care. We need more people that know the history, that understand what it is, because like I said, I'm never one to shy away from experimenting. I'm never one to shy away from expanding on, what's normal. I never want to just be a normal motherfucker. So that's why I'm open to anybody, because whatever style you do, there's good and bad in every style. But when it comes to looking at the overall landscape, we need more people, and maybe not even necessarily more artists that care, but more motherfuckers to put them where they need to be that actually care. Because a lot of people that's running things behind the scenes and that's running the media and things like that, a lot of times they go after one type of shit. And you got a lot of people out there that have something to say, that are doing, different creative things that really don't get the platform. But we as the artists in today's internet age, that's one thing that we can't necessarily complain about, when we could go out and do something like this. Like, yo, you want to interview me? Let's build. You feel me? Like, fuck with your own. There's so many people out here that's doing their own shit. You don't gotta necessarily always go to the big motherfuckers, especially right away. You gotta fuck with people in your hood, people in your city, your state. So that's how I look at that.